Warm good afternoon to one and all for this public administration core subject for financial administration. We'll be starting our class within few minutes. Okay, fine. We'll start our session. We'll start our session. Okay, today will be going to discuss about the organization and functioning of the finance ministry and parliamentary committees. These both chapters falls under the agency for financial committees, financial administration. This will be the fourth and fifth chapter. If you have any doubts, you can reach me out directly so that I'll help you out. And in these, we'll be discussing about I hope I'm audible. Please, anyone confirm? I hope I'm audible. Okay, fine. Let's start. Uh, okay, in the introduction, we'll be seeing that the Ministry of Finance is one of the most crucial ministries in the government of India, and it has been responsible for managing the country's fiscal policy and government expenditure and economic affairs. And in the organization structure, we'll be discussing about. We could see that ministry will be headed by Union Finance Minister and assisted by the Minister of State, supported by set of civil servants, and it comprises of five departments. In the Department of Economic Affairs, Department of Expenditure, Department of Revenue, and Department of Financial Services, and Department of Investment and Public Assets Management. And in this, I will be seeing about in the Department of Economic Affairs, the focus will be on economic policy, budgeting, and international economic cooperation. In these areas, the Department of Economic Affairs will be taking care of. And in the functions, we'll be seeing that the preparation of union budget and manage the fiscal policy and economic reforms, and deals with the multilateral financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank. And in that we'll be discussing in the Department of Expenditure will be the focus will be around public finance, financial management. And in these public financial management, the functionings will be like monitoring the government expenditure, frames policies for the public procurement and financial rules, and manages the subsidies and central assistance to states. And in the Department of Revenue, we'll be seeing that the main focus is on the taxation, and functioning will be like it administers both the direct and indirect taxes, and the supervisor Central Board of Tax Direct Taxes. It is called CBDT, and CBIC, Central Board of Income Taxes, Indirect Income Taxes, Indirect Taxes, and the Customs. It is called as CBIC and CBDT. And in the Department of Financial Services, we'll be seeing like the focus will be on banking, insurance, and financial institutions. And its functions will be like public sector banks and financial institutions and insurance companies. And it will be implementing like financial inclusion schemes like Jandan Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Financial PMFBY. And then the Department of Investment and Public Assets Management, it's called DIPAM. It will be like de-investment and asset management, and the functioning will be like managing the disinvestments of government equity in public sector undertakings, and formulate for policies for strategic sales and asset management. In these key areas, the in these five departments, the Department of uh, Finance will be working out. I hope it is on. I hope we had got understood about that. And in the divisions, like in the Department of Economic Affairs, the division will be like budget division, capital market division, and infrastructure and investment division, and external finance division. And in the Department of Expenditure, it will be the division like establishment division and the plan of finance and public procurement division and system division. It deals with the e-procurement and IT initiatives. And in the Department of Revenue, just we had discussed the CBDT and CBIC. The in the CBDT, for example, it will like handle income tax and corporate tax, and in the CBIC, manage GST, customs, and excise. And in these anti-smuggling, anti-evasion operations, and taxpayer services, litigation management, and black money regulation, and all these kind of things will be taking out. And this division has a special initiative for PAN and other linking, and faceless assessment and faceless appeals, and GST implementation and simplification. And in the fourth department will be Department of Financial Services, will be like supervision and policy policy guidance for we discuss the public sector banks, finance institution, NABARD, SIDBI, Exim banks, and insurance LIC, GIC, JIC, and public sector insurance. And the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Stand Up India, Mudra Yojana, and Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Atal Pension Yojana will be the consolidated reforms. And then the key function of financial ministry will be like union budget preparation, coordinated through DEA, presented annually in the parliament, and the resource mobilization through taxation and browsing and borrowing, handled by Department of Revenue, and in the public expenditure management, ensuring efficient and targeted government spending, and in the debt management, coordinated borrowing programs and debt sustainability. And in the intergovernmental fiscal transfer, the transfer of states, GST compensation and fiscal devolution, regulation and oversight, and the financial regulation and coordination with the RBI, SEBI, and IRDAI, etc., and international financial cooperation, engagement with IMF, World Bank, ADB, and others. And then the interdepartmental and institutional coordination will be seeing that the financial secretary will be the interconnected unit and will be working very closely with RBI, Reserve Bank of India for monetary policy, inflation targeting, currency management. And in the SEBI, it's called Security and Exchange Board of India for capital market regulation. And it is like IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India, and Controller and Auditor General, and Niti Aayog for planning and performance evaluation. And in the recent, we could see that the recent initiatives and reforms, we could see that goods and service taxes, which has been the major target or flagship program of the government of India. The unified income tax regime under CBIC, and I will be seeing the digital budgeting. The shift to paperless union budget since 2021. The privatization of PSUs. I could see that Air India sale, LIC, IPO, and BPCL disinvestment proposals. And the digital finance services like Unified Payment Interface UPI, which we have been using regularly for phone pay and all this kind of stuff, Paytm and others kind of stuff. And Jam Trinity, it is called Jandan and Aadhaar and mobile, which we have been using regularly the day-to-day activity. And in the banking sector reforms for bank mergers like PNB, World Bank Commerce, and United Bank, and insolvency and bankruptcy code, IBC implementation, and assets quality review, AQR, and PCF framework changes. This will be a very brief note about the functions and organization of the finance ministry. If you have any doubts, you can please raise the question. And the Ministry of Finance will be the Treasury of India, serving as the Treasury of India. It will be helpful in taxation, financial legislation, the finance institution, capital market, currency regulation, banking services also. And the first history will be taking out like Ramaswamy Chetty, Kadamane Shenmukan Chetty, KCIE, we call him. He is the first financial minister of independent India. In the CBDT and the Department of Revenue, as discussed in the CBDT, the 6 members be constituted a body, and CBIC have 6 members. These members are also ex-officio secretary for the government of India. Member will be like from income tax, from legislative computerization, member from revenue, member for personal vigilance, member from investigation, member from audit and judicial. And in the Department of Financial Services, you could see that recruitment bodies will be like Institute of Banking Personnel Selection, IBPS, and national apex bodies like IIBF, Financial Banking and Finance, and Insurance Institute of India, and Institute of Actuaries of India. And regulatory bodies will be like RBI, NABARD, and SEBI, and Forward Markets Commission, IRDAI, PFRDA, Pensions Regulatory Development Authority of India. And in the all India financial institutions will be dealing like NABARD and National Housing Bank, as we call it as, and the SIDBI, it is called Small Industry Development Bank of India, and Exim Bank as Exports Import Bank, and NABFID, it is called National Bank of Financial Financing, Infrastructure and Development. And in the development financial institution, we'll be discussing about Industrial Development Bank of India, IDBI, and Industrial Finance Bank of Finance Corporation of India, IFCI, and Industrial Reconstruction Company of India, IRCI, and you call it UTI, Unit Trust of India, and India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited, IIFCL. There are multiple kind of thing in the joint venture. We could see that Hadram Limited, a joint venture for public sector banks and the financial institutions. And in the public sector undertakings, we'll be seeing like the 13 national banks, Nationalized Bank. There are SBI of India, State Bank of India, Union Bank of Baroda, and Union Bank of India, and Punjab National Bank, and Canara Bank, and Punjab and Sindh Bank, and Indian Bank, and Bank of Maharashtra, and Bank of India, and Central Bank of India, and Indian Overseas Bank, and UCO Bank, and Jammu and Kashmir Banks. These all comes under central public sector undertaking banks. There are totally of 30. And in the regional rural banks, we'll be seeing about Andhra Pragati Gramina Bank and Andhra Pradesh Gramin Vikas Bank, we call it as the GVB, and Chaitanya Godavari Gramin Bank and Saptagiri Gramin Bank. And you could see that at each one state we'll having a lot of multiple kind of a thing. And in the Arunachal Rural Bank, Assam Vikas Bank, and a number of kind of things. In our Telangana, you could see the Telangana Gramina Bank. And in the later style, it's called Nationalized Insurance Companies, LIC, General Insurance Corporation of India, New India Assurance Company, and National Insurance Company Limited, and Oriental Insurance Company Limited, and United India Insurance Limited. These all falls under the insurance, nationalized insurance companies, and National Financial Market Exchange. We call it like National Stock Exchange of India, Bombay Stock Exchange of India, and India International Exchange, and Metropolitan Stock Exchange of India. The Commodity Exchange, you could see that Indian Commodity Exchange, Multi-Commodity Exchange, and National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange, and National Spot Exchange. These are some of the in detailed kind of a thing. I hope I had got a detailed information about the organizing and functioning of the finance ministry. And let's move up on for the parliamentary committees. Uh, that will be in related to a financial kind of stuff. Actually, there are list of committees in the Parliament of India, which these committees are being held responsible to undertake the various professional those who have been in the Parliament to take care of the each and every aspect. That will be they also help the monitor the functioning of executive branch. And in the parliamentary committees are two type of kinds: the standing or permanent committees and ad hoc committees. The former are selected for appointed periodical. They work on continuous basis, and ad hoc are need basis and dissolved after they complete the task assigned to them. And in the standing committees, you could see that Financial Standing Committee, FSC, we call, and departmental related standing committees is called DRSC, and other standing committees OACs. And financial standing committees that will be related to the Public Accounts Committee, and Estimates Committee, and the Public Undertakings Committee. In the Financial Standing Committee, we'll be detailing about the Public Accounts Committee. Now it is like in the 18th Lok Sabha, we could see that in the Public Accounts Committee, MP KC Venugopal, and he'll be the chairman. And Estimates Committee will be MP Sanjay Jaiswal, and in the Public Undertaking Committee will be like MP Baijant Panda. And in the various upon, you could see that lot of committees related to the departments will be held. And in that, you could see that Committee on Agriculture, Food and Processing, and Animal Husbandry. The chairperson will be like MP Charan Singh Channi. and the committee of chemical and fertilizers, committee on coal and mining and steel. These all falls under the each department holds a committee, and other standing committees will be like business advisory committee. The chairperson is like MP Om Birla, and the committee of privileges, committee of aspirants of members on the sitting of the house, and the committee of empowerment of women, committee of government assurances. You could see that library committee, committee on welfare of scheduled caste and tribe, and other committees like committee on ethics, committee on food management, on the parliament house complex. Now the MP like AP from AP, it's like Jitendra Reddy. His tenure is from 15 for 1 year. The committee on installation and portrait statues on national leaders and parliamentarians, and railway convention committee. There are n number of committees, and it is called in the pre-independence. You could see that the Rowlatt committee that has been appointed in 1917 and submitted the report in April 1918. It was like pre-independence, and in the after independence, you could see that Shahnawaz committee. Uh, these reports, this is the first report that has been committed for the conclusion that the Bose was killed in an aeroplane crash, and Subhash Chandra Bose did not agree with this report. Suresh Chandra Bose did not agree with this report, and Balwant Rai Mehta committee and Ashok Mehta committee could see that lot of committees that have been done. In these, our related or financial administration will be discussing about the financial standard committees in that public accounts committee, and it exams like various expenditure reports and accounting according accounts under the preview of the parliament. In 1921, a senior member of a ruling party used to be appointed by the speaker as the chairman of the committee. 1921, it was established under the provision of the Government of India Act 1990 and has since never been in existence. However, for the first time, the member of from the opposition in Lok Sabha was appointed as a chairperson of the committee by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. The practice continues till dates. And in the estimates committee, we could see that the committee of estimates constituted for the first time in the 1950, and it committee consisting of 30 members elected every year by the Lok Sabha from amongst its members. And public auditing committee, it analyzes the accounts and works of the state-owned PSU firms. It also keep as a de-investment policies of the various PSUs. And in a very detailed in the current area, the chairman will be like MP KC Venugopal. And that the total composition is like 22 members. In these, you could see that 15 Lok Sabha, 15 members are from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha. These will be from elected from the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha MPs, and non-compliance. And the subcommittees like non-compliance in the timely submission of action taken notes on the note, non-selected audit paragraphs and excess expenditure. And in the subcommittee, others subcommittee 2 like direct and indirect taxes, and subcommittee 3 implementation of recommendations of public account committees, and subcommittees will be from the railway. And in the estimates committee, we will be seeing like MP Sanjay Jaiswal, the chairman will be Sanjay Jaiswal, and the total members are 30 members are of Lok Sabha. The tenure will be of 1 year and elected. These are like totally from the Lok Sabha itself. And in the subcommittee, drought situation in the country pertaining to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. And in the subcommittee will be like education and special reference to the recent developing regarding autonomy in the education. And in the third area of public undertaking committee, the chairman will be like MB Baljan Panda, and the members are of 22 members, like 50 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha. This constitutes for 1 year and elected from the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha MPs. And there are currently no sub countries, so no sub committees. And in the detailed committees, we'll be seeing about the three subcommittees of agriculture, environment, and forest, science and technology. In these areas of the commitment have been formally constituted in this area. And in the reports of the rules of committee of the 10th Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha adopted by the two houses on 29th March 1993 paved for the way of settling for the 19 departmental kind of three. And in the departmental related standing committees, uh, there are like a number of committees. It is like more than 24 committees have been constituted for a year of 1 year. And other standing committees will be seen like as on date, total 16 standing committees have been presented out, and is totally of nominated kind of a thing. And in the ADA committees, we'll be seeing like more than 10 ADA committees have been formed. In these, like more than 15 members and less, not less than like 9 members have been done. And there are like could see. And these committees have some of the functioning like examining of appropriation accounts. We could see that in the CAG reports, and proper ensuring proper use of funds and scrutiny of the audit reports and government accountability and the principles of fiscal prudence and reporting to Parliament and the PAC that have been containing the findings, recommended observation, and government response. And the estimates committee. And then in this functioning, we'll be seeing like examination of budget estimates and assessment of expenditure justification and evaluation of government spending and reporting to the Lok Sabha and inserting the fund allocation and recommendation for the public policy improvement. And in the committee on public undertakings, the functioning will be like examination of reports and accounts and accountability of public undertaking and evaluation of efficiency and economy and the performance audit and recommendation for the improvement. Uh, in the hurdles in effective functioning, we could see that the postmortem examination, the committee usually performs the postmortem examination of the accounts. By the time committee makes an scrutiny, the executive has already made the expenditure. And the delayed reporting, often not tolerable for the parliament or the tolerable consider of delays and advisory nature of recommendation recommends to advisory nature. In the conflict of interest, the authority have to take the detailed this kind of a thing, and in the lack of technical experts, the committee lacks the technical experts and manpower to critically scrutinize the public investment made the expenditure. And to improve these financial committees, will be seen like adequate secretarial staff is needed, and a timely expert guidance and technical matter must be made available, and timely tabling of reports. And the reports of the committee should be mandatory tabled before the parliament on the timely basis and extended duration. The duration may be extended before beyond a year to enable the more professional scrutiny of the public expenditure, and to fix schedule must be devoted. And in the conclusion part, we'll be discussing the significant role in the fiscal overnight. The financial committee faces the fiscal challenge, the delayed reporting, and limited technical expertise. So that the better staffing and timely reporting and extended tenures may improve this kind of the financial committee's result and report. Uh, guys, if you have any questions, please pose me out. But I'll help you out in clearing the doubts. Thanks for your patient listening to the class. And tomorrow will be today we have covered and tomorrow we'll be discussing about the Union State Financial Relations, Finance Commission, and Controller and Auditor General. We'll be completing about Reserve Bank of India structure and function also. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can mail me. Thank you. Thanks a lot.